What up, YouTube? Back at it again. We are looking at an interview with Mr. Ivan Mendez, who is our guitarist in a lot of the Angelina videos we watch. So I was asked very politely by Andy, who's been patiently waiting. Thank you very much for being patient. With videos that are like 40 minutes, I'm gonna be talking and turn this into an hour to an hour and a half. So I might even split this in two, just because it's like 9. It's like my bedtime right now, but I promise you I get to it. So we're gonna get to it regardless. And I'm interested to see kind of what he says. I'm fascinated to know what it's like to work with her. When like, how would you feel if you were like a musician working with like somebody that like is so like in my head I'm like is so unbelievably talented beyond what I can comprehend within my own guitar. I don't even play guitar. I'm just saying in perspective. Like, does that make you nervous? I'm sure we'll get to those questions. But anyways, go support Angelina. Go support the interviewer, of course. This
Hello, Ivan.
is Alan. Go subscribe and like I just did. Please, love to have you here as well. Please like, comment down below. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you get a chance, please support my other channel. I just started. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It is Zack Reacts, where I'm reacting to everything non-music. Typically, this type of thing would go on that channel because there's no music going on, but music related. It more so for like sports, comedy, pranks, travel, food. It's gonna be a ton of fun. Plus, you'll get to see me in the real world with like just with the camera, so it's gonna be fun. Let's go. I don't need headphones for this. I don't think, right? All right, let's go.
Hey, Alan. Nice to meet you. Thank you for participating, and it should be a very interesting conversation we're about
Hey, fun fact by the way, and this might come up in trivia down the road. That's my middle name.
to have.
I'm excited. I'm excited. It was a pleasant surprise to have you reach out and want to talk about my experience playing music with Angelina. I enjoyed it so much, and I hope it happens again in the future. I know she's so busy; her career is like taking off. So who knows what the future holds?
I'm surprised more people haven't contacted you about it because you have a unique role that you've had with her, and I'm surprised that more contact has not been made with you about her.
Well, I guess, only the people that are going through, all the things that they're going through understand how busy they are. So I can't really say why, but or
Yeah,
just
I mean, fame is a very fickle thing because you want it, and then once you have it, you then realize the drawbacks, and you then realize all the pressure and how you live your life in a goldfish bowl. It's really, really incredible.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. And you are born and raised in California, yes?
Actually, I'm not. So I live in California. Right now I live in Orange County,
Yeah,
so south of LA.
yeah.
And I was born in Mexico.
Orange County. I spent a good 6 years there. I'd be interested to know what part. Um, I was in a little town just inside of like I was in the Laguna Beach area, but just inside of that little town called Aliso Viejo. You can look it up. But very familiar. He seems like a sweet kid.
And I was raised in Mexico for a good part of my life, and then I came out here um, to go to school for college, and
Dude, why? Why? I was just in Mexico. It's awesome. Gas is a quarter of the price. I ran across the most freshest grocery store ever. I could buy a condo. Where was I at? Playa del Carmen, overlooking the water for like 100 grand. Put that in perspective. Um, I'm just saying, grass ain't always greener.
then I just been around since.
And
Not that I'm anti-American. I get it. I get it. I'm just saying, you put things in perspective sometimes. Dollars here go a lot further somewhere else. I've been looking into traveling, like maybe take a year somewhere. And I would need to be a lot better at this, like not talking over people when they're trying to interview. My bad.
For college, and then I just been around since.
And so your Spanish is better than your English.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Right now it's kind of half and half actually, just because I don't practice my Spanish as much. But
Well, we'll have to make do with your English today, okay?
yeah.
Okay.
So
Yes.
tell me, how did you and Angelina first meet? What was your first contact?
Angelina and I met through a friend. So I was playing in a band where the keyboardist had already known them for a long time. And he just asked me if I was willing to take any gigs at the moment. And I told him, yes, I'd love to, because, I've been doing music for 15 years and it's always been my passion, but
15 years. How old is this kid?
I never pursued it professionally because I always sort of focused on school and my career. So I said yes, and he gave my contact information to their manager, and then he reached out to me to ask to send some videos of me playing, learning some of their songs, sending the video kind of like an audition. I believe they were still in Norway at the time, so they hadn't moved over here to the US. And I went ahead and sent a few videos, got back a good response. And the first way I met them was by practicing for our first performance in Cabo, Mexico. We played at a hotel for a gala. It was called Gala de Danza.
Yo, Cabo. If he's talking about San Lucas, um, is if you haven't been, you should go for fun. I went on a golf trip one time. I've been many times, but the last time, I think, was that the last time? No, the last time I was there for a bachelor party. Time before that, for a golf trip, they have like Cabo Real, and they have a bunch of really good golf courses there. If you're into golf, if you're really bad like me, but like you like to waste money on seeing beautiful sights, God, what was the one that was a Club Campestre or something? I think it was called. I'm saying that wrong. Club Campestre. Um, that's probably wrong. But that was my favorite, but it wasn't the most like touted. Again, I'm tangenting. Sorry.
Wow.
18. And that was wonderful because I met them shortly after they arrived to the US. So that's kind of how I started my journey with Angelina, and they were just such a like unique together and such a tight family and warm family. It was just such a privilege. It was
And
amazing.
that is what comes across all Angelina Jordan fans who pay any attention. They're aware of the family unit and how supportive it is. And Angelina talks about that all the time. And, she realizes how lucky she is. And that really, really comes across.
That strength in family is palatable and noticeable, by the way. In anything, and no, I'm not sorry for pausing. We'll get through this. I told you this is gonna take me forever because I'll have talking points, but um, it's unique though. Like and I kind of envy that in a sense. Like it's that some of us maybe don't have a family connection to that effect where it's literally like, and she's described it in songs as like her shield, her unit, her like like it's if you it's easy for her to think of like who you need to depend on the end of the day. um some people don't have family like that. So that's super cool that's noticeable, that obviously you guys notice it too, but
She's really lucky like that.
Yeah, so that's sort of how we met. It was a friend of a friend that kind of connected us, and then from there, we just continued to work together
Wow.
to make videos.
Now, when I was speaking to Agil, and you've seen the video, he was making the point that when they had a practice session, everything was completely spontaneous and
who
everything was just invented as they went along. Is that how you found it with Angelina?
Yes, actually, a lot of the times I would ask them if they could just let me know what songs they wanted to record ahead of time so I could learn them. And that was not really their style. It was more like, well, just, come over and then we'll figure it out. So I just showed up, and then we'd probably hang out for like the first half the day. And then sometime at night, like pretty late, then we'll be like, oh, hey, have you heard this song? No, I've never heard that song. And then be like, yeah, well, that's a really good song. I think we like to do this song. Okay. And then I would learn it just right then, and then we would record it.
I mean, congratulations on being part of the extended family. You know, you're very lucky like that.
Yes, I realized that it was something very special from the very beginning. They are definitely they are fighters. They left their home in Norway to come to U.S. to pursue the dream, the family's dream, or Angelina's dream, which is it's a pretty big undertaking, settling into a new home and getting to know new people, and so it wasn't their first time from my understanding, but still the effort is pretty big. So I realized that being part of that effort was something very special.
Did you know of Angelina Jordan before you had the first contact? Was she on your radar?
Actually, no, I didn't. I was so impressed when I first heard her music, and it was all through my friend. I hadn't never heard of Angelina Jordan before. And the song "Fly Me to the Moon," I loved it. It like just got stuck in my head, and just particularly her version of it. So I really enjoyed learning and playing that song.
Because a lot of the very super fans of Angelina Jordan, they say that their favorite song is the one that they've heard last, because every song is just so dramatic and so impressive and so moving.
I don't know if I'm a super fan, just because you guys know a lot more than me, and I've only been around for like a year and a half. But I feel like I say that. I feel like you could run back like how many Angelina videos have I done? A lot. I feel like I say that almost every time.
That is really, really hard to pick a favorite.
It is. I mean, I think her voice is so flexible and diverse that it really can make every song very special.
Yeah. A lot of the songs, really, you were improvising as you went along. You knew of them, or you were completely improvising as you played?
Some of them I had just learned it. Like we would learn it, then 5-10 minutes later, then we would record it. And some of them I had heard before. And yeah, I mean, I wish I could say I knew the Elvis Presley song, but I didn't really know it. Like I wish I could say I knew some of the songs that were very, very popular and famous, but I didn't.
You're all good, man. It's
it's
an old
kind
one.
of like as a musician, you should know, your basics. But some of my
the generation gap is alive and well.
Yeah, that's for sure. She really knows her music. She knows a lot more music than I do, and I'm 28.
28.
Well, she's maybe one day you'll
Doesn't
catch
look
up
28.
to her.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to ask you, did you help her at all in the preparation for her songs for America's Got Talent?
No, I was not involved at that time anymore. So that was all a surprise.
Sorry, I was just looking. I got 90 videos of, and that's just with the name Angelina in it. I don't know. There might be more than that. I mean, that's a lot. Just considering. Okay, so the first one was 11 months ago. So it was "Fly Me to the Moon" acoustic. I said, "Who is Angelina Jordan?" Interesting. I want to know. I want to run that and see what my reaction was. I'll do that later.
For me, actually, I didn't know that she was going to be a part of it. When I saw the video of her singing Bohemian Rhapsody, I was just blown away.
Everyone around the world was blown away.
Yes, that was the most. I got the chills as I was watching the whole thing. I mean, that was the most amazing performance I've seen so far.
Yeah.
From my perspective.
The 4 songs we'll be looking at: "California Dreaming," "A Million Years Ago," "Happier," and "Stay."
That works.
You are warned.
How the leaves are brown and the skies are gray. I've been full of in the such a winter day. I've been safe and warm. If I was in the lake, California dreaming, oh, in such a winter day.
Just, I've listened to Angelina many, many times, but it's like every time you listen to her again, it's like you remember how great she is. And the fact that this is recorded live, I'm like, this is amazing. Just that I think a lot of people capture in their comments. My biggest challenge was staying focused on playing, was playing with Angelina, because I just couldn't believe a singer this good could be next to me.
Well,
Just all of her, all of her detail and the way that she holds every note, the breathing behind it,
Patience.
like just all the texture that she adds in, it's just incredible.
you are famous throughout the world for how you react when you are playing the guitar next to her. And all of the Angelina Jordan fans relate to you because they react in the same way. And you have your own fan base just from how you react to Angelina Jordan. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I do remember seeing some comments about that, and I was like, yeah, I mean, it's true. It's just difficult to concentrate on the song when you're so like an audience. Playing, and I'm an audience as well, because I'm just listening. I'm trying to follow her to the best that I can. So because that's how she works. She's like, okay, you follow me. And then, you just follow the tempo to get into the groove. And then I get lost in the music sometimes. So,
because,
yeah.
it's clear, even when she was 7 and 8, she was very, very focused with her music, and she knew exactly what she wanted and what was best. And she was very able to diplomatically communicate that. And, that's one of the special features of her.
Yes. The song is more of an upbeat song, on the regular track. And they were, I remember the goal was to do it more of like the flow of the style of Angelina, which is slowing things down. And then eventually it would build back up. And I remember I was just having a lot of trouble, like just staying within tempo. And then finally the song like catches on, and it's more of like a strumming. But one of the things that I learned with Angelina was a lot of the songs that I would normally strum on the guitar. Someone would listen to a song and you're trying to mimic the beat, the drums, or just the way that the guitar is played. But one of the things that made her music so listenable is to do more finger picking, so that everything's more like flowing rather than strumming and singing over the song. You're kind of singing with the song. And I was just going to mention that because that was one of the things that I had to think about as we were preparing for the song. It's like, I wasn't going to be playing the upbeat California dreaming, it was more of just something that it was going to be just slow, and for the people that were expecting the other song, this may seem a little different.
Okay, because of all the songs that she does, this is probably one of the most songs that she totally reinvents from the original. And what she does with it is really, really striking.
If I was in a lake, California dreaming, oh, in such a winter day, California dreaming, oh, in such a winter day. California dreaming, oh, and it's such a winter day.
Yeah, I mean, you were familiar with the original, weren't you, beforehand?
Yes, that one I was. That one I was. I would
Okay.
be really bad if I wasn't.
Because of the four we're doing, this was the only one that I knew before I heard Angelina Jordan's version. So I know of Adele and I know of Rihanna, but I was not familiar with the other songs that we're about to do. You know, it's a generational thing.
Yeah, yeah. I had never
Yeah,
learned
no,
the
I guess
song,
it
but
is.
I had heard the song before. I had never heard A Million Years Ago. That one I hadn't. But the guitar stays on 4 chords, so it was a pretty easy one to catch on. And then Stay, I had heard many times, and Happier, I had heard a few times as well.
We're doing A Million Years Ago now.
I only wanted to have fun, learning to fly, running to run. If my heart decide the way when I was young. Deep down, I must have always known that this would be inevitable. To learn my stripes I have to pay and bare my soul.
Fun facts that I just realized as I was watching, but one of them is the reason I'm wearing that shirt is because I had just gotten out from work. So normally I would be working in LA, although I've always been living in Orange County. I would drive up to LA for work, and then after work we would get together
Dude, that sounds
and then
exhausting.
hang out for some time and then actually start.
It sounds like a short drive. Orange County, LA. No, it's not. No, it's not. That is not the commute you want in life, man. I did that for a while, and I would avoid meetings on purpose. Uh, hey, hats off to you, my guy.
Working on some music, but a lot of the times it was just me showing up with whatever work, an outfit I had on, and then it was the video. And that one was the one that I ended up having the most views with Angelina, I believe, A Million Years Ago. And another one is I had just put on new strings and I hadn't even cut the ends of it on the guitar, and I just realized they're still like coiled up. So that just tells you how like impromptu a lot of these performances are. It's just kind of like, I show up, we talk about a few songs, and then start playing and turn on the video and record it.
Well, your shirt and the guitar strings hanging out, they did not make the song suffer at all. Not at all, not at all.
Yeah, I guess it looks natural.
Life is flashing by, and all I can do is watch.
Dude, his strings are a disaster. That's funny. What's his day job? Shirt like that. Was he banking, finance, something like that? Got to go to LA.
By, and all I can do is watch and cry. I miss the air, I miss my friends, I miss my mother, I miss it when life was a party to be thrown. But that was a million years ago.
I didn't even want to stop just because I was enjoying the song so much, Ian.
Well,
It's true though. She's so like kind of does her own thing that you really got to pay attention to her cues, not just like what she tells you beforehand, because she'll change shit ongoing just as she feels. So I got to imagine it's got to be a little bit difficult to try to kind of keep up with or slow down or just to try to mimic what she's doing, because she's just like this, like, this free spirit, just kind of wandering vocally wherever she would like, and creating her path in Angelina ways, which is always glorious and wonderful. uh and he's like, all right, I need to know that path in a strict time signature. I need to know. And she's like, no, 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 just pay attention. You got to feel it. And he's like, I get that, but like, can I cut my strings first? She's like, nah, nah, we're good. I feel it right now.
Yeah.
We're all super fans, aren't we? We're all super fans.
Yeah, we are. It's incredible how she can really get into these songs at her young age and really communicate that with her voice. And just when she goes in that low register and just hangs in there until you can hear the,
It's
you know,
special.
the really like the scratchy part of the voice. And it was incredible.
I'm a big fan of her low register, but for me, it's so massive. The emotional content she puts into her voice, and almost like she can put it into one word and then a different feeling to another word and another word. And it's just off the charts. And thousands and thousands of people around the world experience this, and they can't put it into words.
I did. I got many words. I tried my best, guys.
Yes, I can't put it into words. I can't. It's just it's incredible. I mean,
That's
it's
a
a
word.
gift from God for sure.
More words.
I wish I could elaborate more on what she does, but I mean, frankly, I don't know that she understands it all. I think it just comes out. I think that it's really just such a big part of her. I mean, she's been singing since she was so little. She's raised in an artistic family. It's just who she is, and that's what makes it what it's even more special. That's just
Because when we came up to this point in the conversation with Agil, he just summed it up really, really succinctly. He just said, "This is the magic of music," and
it is.
that just says it
That's well
all.
put.
That just says it all.
It is.
That's
It
the easiest way to say it, right?
is the magic of music.
Yeah, yeah. Right. And next we will begin.
All right, I'm gonna cut it here. We got 2 songs left. Don't get mad at me. We are about 30 minutes into this video. I'm gonna spend 30 on the next, I'm sure, and 19 minutes, 38 total. I'm doing simple math in my head, but I think we're pretty close to a halfway point. Carry the 2, add the Zack, go to bed. Do me a favor, go support. Like I said, I will. I'll try to get to the rest of this tomorrow. But Zacky's sleepy, and I'm not very fun when I'm sleepy. I'll get like tired and angry. I don't really get angry. That's not true. Especially not with Angelina. But no, this is cool to see, and it definitely adds context. And um, he's a smart kid. He's eloquent for being this second language. And you could tell, like, his it's he kind of is. I mean, albeit playing alongside her, again, sort of in the same boat as the rest of us. Like, sometimes you're just like, wow. And then, like, you get in this, like, nervous space of, I don't know what to do with this, right? That's why I would never, if I was a singer, I would never agree to do any sort of duet or sing on the same stage with that girl. um, that'd be no fun at all. I'll sit down at a poker table with her. We play cards. I haven't heard yet that she's really good at that. Anyways, go support Angelina, please. Go support Alan, my guy. Go support Ivan. Um, and yeah, go like, go subscribe. I will link this down below. We'll finish up here tomorrow, or at worst the next day, but I'm pretty sure I'll get to this tomorrow. And what are we at? We're at 30. We're at 1949. Okay. And love to have you here as well. Make sure you like, comment. Make sure you subscribe. Let's keep it rolling. Have a wonderful rest of your night.